so don't worry about that if you were wondering.
Say no more. I appreciate that.
Yeah. We're an adult oriented show, even though we're man children, but you know. All right, let's see here. Okay, it looks like we are live here. Oh, what's going on? What is going on here?
Hey, Cracker Barrel Cheese. Tonight's the night. And boy, you are going to... Live here.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, what's going on?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hold your dicks tight. We got Eli Rex for the New York Revival. We're starting this bitch in 3, 2, 1.
Get over here! Hi, I'm martial art master Daniel Pacino. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Hey everybody, this is Dave Niebuhr from Dog Eat Dog, and you're watching NerdCage Live. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel. These are great guys doing what they love to do.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right!
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run!
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe! Run for your life, Joe!
Running!
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe!
Thank you.
Yo! That's diabolical! Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
This is Ernie C. from Body Count. You're tuned in to NerdCage. Can you like and subscribe?
Hey guys, it's the original Shao Kahn, Brian Glenn, and I'd like you to subscribe to NerdCage Live.
It has begun!
If what you say is true, the Shaolin
And the NerdCage
could be dangerous.
Greetings, citizens. You're now trapped in the NerdCage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength geek knowledge. Hello, welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in Nerd Cage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture. So if you're new to the channel, please hit that like button and subscribe. Share with everybody you know. It helps us more than you know. I'm your co-host, J. St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly. The land of the orange, the land of Tom Cruise, the land of Earth Crisis, the land of Anthrax, of Syracuse, New York. And our moderator and trollhammer, Joe of FallenOne Gaming, is out saving the world tonight. So, I'm running this bitch solo. So I will try to fetch everybody's questions in the chat the best I can while I run the show. But ladies and gentlemen of NerdCage Nation, it is my honor to introduce my friend from the land of Shaolin, aka Staten Island, the land of Wu-Tang Clan, the legend from the New York Revival, Eli motherfucking Rex. How you doing, my friend?
Let's go. Peace and blessings to everyone here in the chat. Of course, man, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. We do appreciate it, man. Jay, thank you for having me, man. I've been contributing to this platform for a little bit, but to finally get on here and sit with you and talk about life and this Giants and all this stuff, it's truly an honor, man. Thank you for having me, brother. What's going on with you? Feel like a long time, man. It feels a long time.
It's been a goddamn minute. For those who don't know, Eli Rex has been on our channel. He's been on 2 of our most viewed videos, the Mount Rushmore of video games and the Mount Rushmore of action heroes. But this is our first time having a live show, and I can't wait to get into it. We're going to talk sports, we're going to talk movies, we're going to talk video games, we're going to talk about life, we're going to talk about YouTubing. Man, before we go any further, I just want to shout out the chat here. I see Joe, I see Rachel. Thank you everybody who is tuning in. I think there's a few more here. Hold on, let me pull up my other window here, YouTube. I see Scooby. Thanks so much. You guys rock. We appreciate taking the time off the busy schedule for being here tonight.
Scoob.
All right. So what I want to do, I got a couple things to promote real quick before I have Eli do his thing. But listen, tonight at midnight, me and Joe will be going live on Twitch playing X-Men Legends as we attempt to finish this goddamn game off. And if you haven't already, please check out our live stream with Mike Valenti of Brick by Brick and his awesome Chris Jericho story. That's available on all podcast platforms as well. And check out last week's live stream with Patman QC. Goddamn 86,000 subscribers. Check out that interview. It was awesome. We talked everything movies, video games, and comics. That's also available on all podcast platforms. And catch us this weekend on Twitch as we play Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, twitch.tv/NerdCageLive. And then Tuesday, we'll be playing Gears of War 2, twitch.tv/NerdCageLive. And of course, next Thursday, Doc Mack, the owner of Galloping Ghost Arcade in Chicago, Illinois, comes back to NerdCage Live Thursday, March 28th, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And everybody, mark your goddamn calendars. Wednesday, April 3rd, Finn McKenty, a.k.a. the Punk Rock NBA, 500,000 subscribers. Be there for that interview as we talk movies, music, video games, punk rock, metal, you name it. It's going to be a goddamn amazing show. And of course, we have some announcements that we're going to make. More shows to announce later today. And of course, if you haven't already, guys, get yourself a goddamn NerdCage Live t-shirts. We come any size, any color, from small to 5XL. So if you're a skinny booty call or a fat fuck, big or small, we love them all. We got the MCU shirt. We got regular shirt with the Strength of Geek Knowledge on the back. Hell, we even got them in pink. Do not tell the RZA. We got this Wu-Tang NerdCage Live shirt.
Let's go.
We got this the Zelda designs, which is Joe's all-time favorite game. Hold on, I got a sound effect for that. Whoops. No, wrong one. Sorry, hit the wrong button. We also got the Triforce shirt. We got, in celebration of Godzilla X Kong, we got the legendary Kaiju shirt. If you're a fan of Rocky, boxing, MMA, get this Prediction Pain shirt. We also have If He Dies, He Dies shirt. We got the PlayStation shirt. We got the Pornhub shirt.
Like
and
it, man. That's fire.
Huge Mortal Kombat fans, get yourself a Mortal Kombat shirt. We also have hoodies. We have magnets. We got tote bags. We got coffee mugs, hoodies. Hell, we even got goddamn pillows. So get yourself a NerdCage Live Entertainment Public. Link in the description.
That's so fire.
All right, enough of my bullshit. Eli Rex, please, 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 I want you to take a minute, introduce yourself, what you do, share your platform, all that good stuff, where everybody can find you. By the way, the links are in the description, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the New York Revival.
I appreciate that, man. Really quick, man, just to kind of get on my soapbox, which I rarely do, but you can find me at I am Eli Rax on Instagram and X now, formerly known as Twitter. And I'm from, man, the New York Revival, man. It's a podcast that we talk about New York sports, whether it be the Knicks, the Giants, the Yankees, the Mets, the Jets. We kind of do it all, but specifically talk about the Giants because we're all Giants fans, man. This is what we do. You know what I mean? So come over there, come, have a good time with us. We usually crack open beers. My guy Spiro's usually drunk over there. So, it's always good to make fun of him while he's drinking Guinness Extra Stout. But, man, we just be chilling, man. But, yeah, find me at I am Eli Rax, man, on Instagram or on Twitter as well, man. And this is what we do, man. We just pod about the Giants all day. And how it came about is, we'll go through it later on. But please go support, hit that sub and etc. on YouTube and all Spotify and iTunes as well, man. You'll catch the show on there as well. So we appreciate the support.
All right, so I have to ask this question. I never get tired of asking a fellow Giants fan. I asked the same question to Authentic, Pass, Fist Vegas, Kush, you name Big Pat. Never get tired of asking this, but I have to ask as a fellow New Yorker and a fellow Giants fan, please, what was the moment you decided that you were going to be a New York Giants fan? Where did your Giants fandom start? Please share with us.
Man, you want to know something crazy, man? I was probably about 12 years old when I really started to get into the team. But I remember when I was really young, but I think they won in about 89. I think I was like 5 years old at the time or something like that, or 4 years old. And, my brother comes running in the room, man. We won. And I'm like, the hell did we win? Like, what the hell is he talking about? So I seen him, like, jumping around the house, getting, like, elated that the Giants just won the Super Bowl that year. And then, years go down the line, and it's the Dave Brown era. And I just see him, man, getting his hair braided, back in the days where we had hair. And, he was just so elated into the game where I was just like, listen, man, I'm going to watch this game with you. And basically, that's how I became a Giants fan. Watching Dave Brown stink it up, Kent Graham stink it up, to actually getting Kerry Collins and going into the Super Bowl and losing against Baltimore. Then seeing the Eli Manning era. And I was just hooked, man, since then, being a Giants fan. At pretty much not only 4 or 5 years old, understanding what football is, but that 12 years old where I was actually old enough to acknowledge or have knowledge of the game. That's when I became a Giants fan, all thanks to my brother, man. And I mean, we went to training camps, we went to everything and etc. You name it to support the Giants. I even got Victor Cruz, rookie gloves in right now in the case. You know what I mean? So we were heavy Giants fans. Unfortunately, my brother's no longer here with us. So just starting the platform that you see there on X was because of him. When he passed away, I needed an outlet. I needed someone to talk Giants football with. Because he wasn't here. Because I called him every time the game was on. And we just spoke about it. So when I created the platform, I was like, I need to fill that void. And it went from 0 followers to now 41.2K followers that I have on X, man. And I just talk Giants with my Giants family, man. I consider those guys family. They're filling that void that my brother left of talking Giants football, good, bad, and ugly. So it just came along from that. So I guess you could say it's kind of a blessing in disguise in a way that it grew this popular. And I was able to meet some great Giant legends from it, man. Tiki Barber. I was able to also meet Nate Burleson out of it, Joy Taylor, Kay Adams,
I watched those shows.
LPG. Yeah, man, LPG, Lawrence Tyne, and the list just keeps going, you know what I mean? Even my favorite rappers, you know what I mean, did some of the shows. So just to do that, man, my brother's probably looking down like, wow, man, you're killing it. This is exactly what you wanted to do and you dreamt of doing, all because, he's not here, but I know he's here in spirit, so it's a good thing. But that's how I became, pretty much a Giants fan.
And that's how I found you, man, like the Twitter Spaces.
Yeah,
I found
man.
you on the Twitter space. I went straight. I don't know how I found it. I just happened to see Giants Twitter space that you were hosting. I used to listen in. Yeah. And then next thing you know it, I'm on Kush's show. Shout out to Kush. I don't even know what he's up to.
Shout out Kush. That's my guy. That's my bro.
But I remember being on his live show, and I saw you in the chat, and I'm like, oh, that's an Eli Rax guy. I go to your Twitter spaces. then you hopped on and said hello, and then we've been friends ever since. So, I appreciate that outlet because let's just say that the last 6 or 7 years haven't been kind to us Giants fans, so it's been like therapy, Giants therapy on the Twitter Spaces. So,
you know something crazy?
Yeah.
That, and I started that organically. I remember, I think I was in my car, and I just had something to get off my chest, and I was just like, you know what, man, New York Giant therapy sessions. I was like, let me just try this, and this is the first time I think Twitter Spaces, like they just downloaded what Spaces were, and I was just like, man, what does this do? So I just clicked on it, and next minute I was like, New York Giant therapy sessions, just everyone talk. It's a platform where everyone can talk, get all their opinions out. No one's wrong here, just talk. And it went from probably 12 people listening, or maybe 3 or 5 people listening, to hundreds. And I was just like, whoa. And that's how I was able to meet you, and even met Kush and our guy Pest, may he rest in peace. I made them co-hosts. And we had a thing going for that entire Joe Judge era, where Giants fans just spoke and got everything off their chest. And I like to say maybe I'm like the godfather of that. Like, as far as starting a Giants platform or community, I like to give myself a little credit, because I was the first one to figure that out. And then the boiling points came, and then all the other Giant stuff came right after that, and rightfully so, man. It's their time, you know what I mean? But I kind of fell back from it, because I was like, New York Revival, we'll talk there, and we'll go from there. But
and then, you made that transition from Twitter to YouTube with El Jefe and Mr. Glass Half Full. Shout out to those guys. So how did the inception of New York Revival, specifically happen? So you started the Twitter Spaces, then... So how'd you meet up with those guys, and who came up with the idea of the New York Revival?
You want to know something crazy, man? Obviously, I'm doing the Twitter Spaces. In the midst of all of that, I had Giants Rush, New York Giants Rush, I believe the podcast was. They called me and said, hey, we got a couple guys here that want to do this Giants show, and we think you'll be a great fit, or do it as a guest. So I went over there as a guest, and then next minute he calls me back. I was like, dude, you think you have time to come on and actually contribute and write some articles? So I was like, yeah, why not, man? The Giants Guy pod, let's do it. So in the midst of all of that, I actually met El Jefe and Mr. Glass Half Full from them. And then, when things kind of went, I don't want to say left, but we just had different vision. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to do my Twitter Spaces. I'm done putting myself in front of this camera. I just don't want to deal with the business if it's kind of like this, you know what I mean? And it was a little bit of turmoil, nothing crazy. I'm not giving anything too crazy, but we were like, we just went out. So I know Jefe and Mr. Glass Half Full had their own idea to do it, and I get a phone call, I think 2 days after, where I was like, all right, I'm done with this. And I was like, dude, we have this idea, we really want you to be part of it. And they pitched me the idea. We didn't know what it was going to be called. We didn't know anything. I was just like, cool. And once we started putting the puzzles together of what we were trying to do, and we all brainstormed, we was like, okay, what's the name? And long and behold, New York Revival came along, and we just wanted to put on for New York sports. We just felt like New York sports wasn't getting talked about enough.
Greatest city in the world, greatest state in the world, greatest sports in the world.
And when you make it here, you'll make it anywhere. That's New York. It's a slogan, right? But it's a fact. Even Kay Adams said it on our show, where she's like, listen, you guys are helping me tap into this New York market of being Giants fans. It's tough. It's hard. So just doing this and having a 5-minute, 10-minute slot on here, it helps. You know what I mean? And then she broke that she had Daniel Jones coming on her show. That was the first time it was announced ever. So, just that alone, I was like, you know what? We got to make it in the city. So when we launched, the New York City Football Club won their championship, which is the soccer team for New York. And we was like, man, it's an omen. And ever since then, man, like I said, I can name the list of guests that we have and future ones that's going to come on. I'll break that another day. Day. But, it's just amazing that this journey, man. And still, we're growing, man. We're only 2 years old. We're still growing. But the amount of views and support that we get every Tuesday night at 8:30 on YouTube is just, it's a blessing, man. It's truly, truly a blessing. I met some great people in that process, too. You know what I mean? And still meeting some great people. So, pretty dope.
Okay. I got a fun question for you. We're going to slowly make the transition out of sports into pop culture and then back into Giants at the end of the show. So here's how I want to do this. For starters, who do you think, we're going to say outside New York media, who do you think is the best sports commentator? And then I'm not talking Giants YouTube, I'm talking New York media, who is the best New York sports analyst? Putting you on the
Oh,
spot.
that's
I'll give you my
that's a
opinion,
tough one.
but I want you to go first.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I really like as far as New York market.
Yes.
Television, etc.
Yes. Television, radio, etc. Yep.
Man, I can't answer that because I like so many. I like the Carl Banks, the Bob Poppers, great analysts. I like the Tiki Barbers of the world. Like that's just my guy. That's my brother.
That's my pick is Tiki Barber.
I'm going with and you know what? I'll do that. I'll go with Tiki Barber as far as being a sports analyst in there. And I'll even throw you one in there.
He's come a long way since he started.
And it's just getting better with time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll even throw another one in there, and it's not really sports specifically, but as far as a great analyst, period, in the field that he's doing now, I'll go with my brother Nate Burleson. Nate Burleson as well as taking it and just running with this thing and making so, you know, the guy won 2 awards already for doing this stuff. So, but as far as sportsman, I think I want to go with Tiki Barber, man. That's my guy, you know, and maybe I'm being biased, but when you hear him, he just captivates.
I listen to him every day. I listen to him every day. And again, he's come a long way because I remember when he started, it was a little iffy for him. And now he's absolutely great. And I'm happy that he's with WFAN. So yeah, Tiki Barber's my pick. Now I will give you my pick for outside, and it's an easy one. Shannon Sharp has come a long way. And now Club Shay Shay is like the new Joe Rogan show.
Yeah, Unc is killing it. Shout out to Shannon. And you know what? I'll even give Skip his flowers. I mean, not Skip, Stephen A. I'll even give Stephen A his flowers. I love some Stephen A, man. I love Stephen A. So Unc is Stephen A for sure. But, you know, I don't think one's better than the other. Let me make that clear. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just love Stephen A, man. He's just really, the way he projects, the way, like, I really take little mannerisms from him. Even doing New York Revival, and I go, let me just take a little bit of that.
And those long, complicated words.
Yeah, I try to give him a little something.
I'll say this,
you know
I don't want to put anybody down.
Exactly.
I really only like watching Stephen A when he's putting the Cowboys down.
Oh, yeah, listen, I got that song right there saved on my phone no matter what, but that's the next person I would love to meet. So, Stephen A, I'm saying this right here on record, brother. I'm going to clip this. Someone's going to clip this, I'm sure. And we're going to have to get you on Revival, man, and just talk, brother. You're very intelligent. I love what you do, and like I said, I take a lot from Stephen A. Smith as well as Tiki Barber and Nate Burleson. Those guys right there, those 3 formed Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibe, so for sure.
I mean, I used to love watching Shannon with Skip on Undisputed, and now Undisputed ain't the same anymore. But, man, I love Club Shay Shay. Him and Ocho together are hilarious.
Nightcap is fire.
I love the guests. Shout out to Godfrey. Godfrey was just on Club Shay Shay. I cannot wait to listen to that. I haven't listened to it yet.
It's going to be fire.
So, it's awesome to see. I mean, obviously, we both grew up watching Shannon Sharp when he was on the Broncos and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But to see him now, just like, it's just awesome to see that he's basically the #2 podcast in the world next to Joe Rogan. And I just feel like it's a victory for us. Oh, I got another name for you. Another name.
Okay. Yeah.
This individual, I feel like this man has bridged the gap between player, fan, sports media, etc. And that's Pat
Pat
McAfee.
Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee has bridged the gap. And now it's just like he bridges the gap between the player, the fan, the analyst, the YouTuber. Like he bridges that gap. Dude, I love his energy.
You know what? No, let me make this clear. About Pat. I love Pat McAfee. Let me make this clear.
Yeah.
I just think him on ESPN, it kind of, I don't want to say watered it down a little bit.
No, I don't like.
But he used to be so much better on YouTube, man. Like I watched it religiously.
He don't need ESPN. He
doesn't, man. Yo, and this is the thing, right? Like if you're killing it by yourself, yes, these big corporations are gonna want to come and buy you, but certain things is just not for sale. And that Pat McAfee show shouldn't have been for sale. Now I get it. He got a check.
I know. I get. Me and Fist Vegas talked about it. Like I understand why he did it. He wants to grow his audience. I understand that. But my God, dude, just let the leash go, man. When he's cursing, going on his tirades, and bringing like random guests in, like that's TV. That's real TV right there. He don't need ESPN. ESPN needs him. He don't need ESPN.
You know what it is? It's just one of those guys that need to be underground. He's like that underground artist, right? Like just he's successful underground. Everybody loves him. He has a great fan base. He has a cult following. He doesn't need a record label. He doesn't need the big guy to show him what to do. So that's Pat McAfee. He didn't need ESPN, man. I think, YouTube was paying him well. DraftKings paying him well. But again, I get it. The money was really good.
I get it too.
Just wanted the showdown.
I understand why Joe Rogan did that Spotify deal. I get it. When they lay the money on the goddamn table, I'm just gonna say this right now. If someone came up to me and just slapped X amount of dollars on the table and was like, Jay, I want to buy NerdCage Live, I'm always for sale. Bro.
I'm selling. New York Reviver's for sale. I'm telling you right now. I'm
always for sale. I will listen. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm going to take any offer, but I will listen to any offer.
Absolutely. Listen, if a radio, and we hope someone picks us up, right? So for radio show, satellite, anything, they want us. New York Revival's for sale. Hands down, for sale.
Yes.
So we're looking. The money's going to talk. You know what I mean? Because at this stage, listen, if I had the Pat McAfee audience, trust me, I'll do the same shit. You know what I mean? So shout out to Pat. You know what I mean? But I don't know if he has creative control, which I think he does in the contract. But man, I think they have a little bit of say where it's just like, man, it's kind of seemed watered down a little bit, Pat. So we'll see, man. I haven't watched this since. I mean, I watched a couple of shows, obviously, on ESPN, but I was just like, man, I missed that raw, gritty YouTube Pat McAfee with a small office and shit. You know? So I missed that.
Yeah, 100%. All right. So, since this is a channel that covers all things pop culture, comics, video games, movies, and whatnot, I'm gonna ask some basic bitch questions for you, Eli.
Yeah, for sure.
And we typically like to ask these questions to all of our quote-unquote new guests. And, of course, if people have questions for Eli, by all means, I'll try to get them. Shout out to New York Revival. I'll see you guys in the chat there. But Eli Rex, man, I know it's going to be a tough one, but maybe it'll be easy, maybe it'll be tough. 5 favorite movies.
Oh, man. Comedy no matter what? All right, cool. Let's do it.
Anything you want. And if you have to list more than 5 or just whatever you can name off, like what are some of your favorite movies?
I got you. My number one movie of all time that I could watch religiously is Friday, Ice Cube, Chris Tucker.
Yes.
Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. I can see the Simpson movie a million times. Yes, guys, Simpson movie. I love it. There's a movie called Big Shots. No one really knows at the time, but it had the young Eddie Winslow in it. And it's about these 2 little kids stealing cars and shit with a dead body in the trunk. It's an awesome movie. To me, I love it. It's one of a classic. And, of course, any Nightmare on Elm Street series. I can watch that religiously. And I'm going to take it past 6. Any Texas Chainsaw... 5, excuse me. And I'm going to go to 6. I'm going to take Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm a horror buff. I love horror films.
All right.
I could watch those a million times over. Those would be the joints I go to. Hands down, I'll take that. You know what I mean?
Okay. In the same vein, favorite actor, favorite actress, and you can name more than one. Some of your favorite on-screen performers.
All right, so favorite actor. Damn, man. Denzel Washington would be right for me.
We're in agreement.
Denzel, hands down. Yeah, Denzel, hands down. I think he's like the GOAT. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man.
Nobody better, dead or alive. Denzel's the GOAT.
Denzel's the GOAT, man, as far as acting, man. It took him long to get Oscars, but that's another story. I like Liam Neeson, too, man, even though he plays the same role every single movie. I like Liam, for sure. I also like, who's my girl, man? I like Margot Robbie, I believe.
Yes.
Margot? Is it Margot Robbie? I love Margot Robbie, man. I think she's fire. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and I loved Heath Ledger, man. May he rest. I absolutely loved Heath Ledger. I thought he was like the next best coming. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. And that Joker, it was just like the best Joker. If you want to, that's the greatest Joker of all time. Jack Nicholson was number 1 for me for a while, but the greatest Joker of all time is Heath Ledger. No one's gonna top that anytime soon. I don't even think in my lifetime. I don't even think nobody. Let me not say that because I didn't think nobody's gonna top Jack Nicholson in my lifetime. I don't see it. I just don't see it in the near future at all. Heath Ledger was another one for me. Who else, man? I got 4 so far. I'm trying to think who else, man. Yo, man, I like me some Mel Gibson. I ain't hold you tight.
Wow.
I like me some Mel Gibson too. I like me some Mel, man. Mel's fire too. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, Lethal Weapon, Passion of the Christ. I mean, come on.
Hell yeah, come on.
Braveheart.
Come on, man. Come on. And I'm also going to throw in, man, let me see one more, man. This is a tough one for me. Another great actor. Ooh, let me see, man. Shit, I got Margot. I got... Yo, you know what, man? I'm just going to go with this just to go with it. I'm going with this, man. I'm going to go with my guy because he came a long way, and I just like the journey. I like the journey more than I give it to Will Smith, man. I give Will Smith another good actor. You know what I mean? I give it to him, too. You know what I mean? And I don't think he belongs in the top 5. I don't think it's a top 5 for sure, but that's all I can think of on the fly right now.
Okay. Now, I know you're a very passionate hip-hop fan, so I got this question for you.
Oh, yeah.
Best musician turned actor.
It gotta be Will.
Okay.
It gotta be Will. Yeah, it has to be. I think he was the blueprint, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Hey, he's got a Grammy. He's got an Oscar.
Yeah, you got to give it to Will Smith. And then you got 50 Cent coming down the pipeline as well. Yeah. You got a bunch of people that tried to do it and just hasn't. Queen Latifah as well. Queen.
Yes.
Queen Latifah.
Who's a Giants fan, by the way. She's a Giants fan.
Queen. Hold on, I got to get on the show. Queen, if you listen now, we're going to get you on up just to let you know, Queen. But Queen Latifah, of course, is the blueprint, and Will Smith, the blueprint. I think Queen Latifah probably the first because she was in a bunch of other movies doing her thing, Juice, etc. Like, Queen Latifah got a resume. But, you know, as far as taking it to that next level, yeah, you look at Will Smith. But I think Queen Latifah is definitely right there neck and neck. Don't get it twisted. So, for sure, both of those guys, hands down. Hands down.
I'm just going to throw another name at you, too. And she's come a long way. Lady Gaga, another New York gal.
Oh, yo. I ain't gonna lie, man, especially the performances.
She's a Jets fan, though. She's a Jets fan. She's not a Giants fan. She's a Jets fan. I'll let that slide. She's a Mets fan, not a Yankees fan. Again, she's from Queens. I'll let that slide. But yo,
you know what, though?
She's going to be Harley Quinn.
Too. Yeah, yo, she's good. Like, listen, when she did the American Horror Story,
yes!
I couldn't recognize her. I couldn't recognize her, man. It was a great job she did, and I was like, yo, I want to see more of this. And the fact that she is going in there and doing more, I think she needs to do a whole lot more, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But just watching her, because listen, when you see her make music and her videos and etc., you can tell she can go into a different type of realm as far as acting. Like she could bring a whole different character in there. But that American Horror Story, when she was in there, I was just like, yo.
Countess. Hold on a second. I think I got it here somewhere.
Not only she looked beautiful. She also
sorry,
performed
guys. I'm
extremely well.
I'm just looking for my specific.
Oh no, go ahead, man. I'm gonna keep the audience going too. Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
I found it.
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna full screen
Look
myself real quick.
Oh yeah, look at that. Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Fire, man. Fire. Well, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one, brother. Where you go? Yeah, she's great. Another one making a good transition too. Absolutely.
Okay. TV shows, man. Whether it's on air or off air, what are some of your favorite TV shows of all time?
Suits. I love Suits, and I think I like binge watched it. I love Suits. Ted Lasso, I'm into right now. I'm just going with the ones I'm into right now. I haven't seen it in a while. Breaking Bad's up there.
Yes.
The Simpsons is forever up there. Honeymoon is forever up there. What else is up there? The Power series is forever up there to me with the 50 Cent show. The Wire is fire. I could keep going, bro. The Wire is absolutely up there for me. And I'll even give you another one. Let me see, man. Entourage is probably one of the best shows in that time as well. So, but I could keep this going because I got so many of them that's just up there in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? So, but those are the ones for right now without keeping this long-winded for sure.
Nah, dude, I love it. All right. Okay, now, is Eli Rax a gamer?
All right, so listen. You probably get me back in the day as a heavy game. Like the last game I actually bought and beat recently was Daylight 2. Or Dying Light 2, excuse me. Is it Dying Light? Yeah, Dying Light 2. Division 1, 2, Xbox heavy, I'll do that for you. Hands the hell down. But if I have to go and pick, can I pick a favorite game? I know that wasn't the question.
Absolutely. You can pick several. What's some of your favorite games, some of your favorite game series? Go for it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, any Mortal Kombat I love. And my son be kicking my ass now. Shout out to my son. But I used to beat him like really good with like Sub-Zero, Scorpion. Now that man, he good. He's good. He be kicking my ass now. I'm like, yo, so shout out to my son if you hear this, man. Shout out to you. Kicking my ass in that game, man. But any Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, obviously. Just recently, someone put like when you see the Sega logo what's the game that comes to mind? And I was like, everybody's gonna pick Sonic, but I'm gonna pick Golden Axe. Like if nobody up on Golden,
nice one.
Golden Axe is
They're
one
bringing
of them.
that back,
Streets of
by the
Rage.
way.
Yeah, yo, I can't wait. I heard. No. I mean, I heard years ago. Is it really actually coming to fruition?
Yeah, they
gonna bring
recently
that
did
back?
an announcement that they're bringing back Crazy Taxi. They're bringing back Golden Axe. They got a whole slew of
Fire.
games that are on the way that they're in development right now. One of them was Golden Axe.
Good, man. Yeah, no, I'm there for that. You know, so even they need to bring that Streets of Rage too, man. They need to bring that back as
Fuck
well.
yeah, Streets of Rage. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, that's fire, man. So any games like that, like I said, I can go in there and trust me, I was heavy back in the day as far as gaming. But those are my favorite ones for sure that I played hands down religiously.
You the man,
Definitely.
dude. You the man.
I appreciate
All
you,
right.
brother.
I think right now, so I got my main questions out of the way, but I think right now I got some stuff to promote, guys. I got more stuff to promote. I have stuff I haven't announced yet. And the reason why I picked specifically today is because I was kind of like, okay, some of the sports people are going to be coming in, so I think you guys will appreciate some of these guests that we have coming up here. But I got some shows to announce. So, all right, guys, here we go. So,
let's go.
Obviously, I already mentioned, as I mentioned before, Doc Mac's coming in next week after we have Doc Mac on the show. Mark your calendars, everybody. Sunday, March 31st. Yes, that is Easter, and I'm sure the Easter Bunny and Jesus Christ won't mind that we do this. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the 31st. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire spoiler discussion. Listen, I know I trash these movies, but I have to do my due diligence. We have to cover this movie. So yes, we're going to do a full-blown spoiler discussion. Details to be announced later. I don't know who we're going to have on, but we will. Me and Joe will do a Godzilla X Kong spoiler discussion on the 31st, Sunday, because that's the only day that me and Joe are able to do this together. And of course, as I mentioned before, Finn McKenty will be coming on April 3rd. 1 week from that day, guys, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, April 10th, The Queen returns. Heather Hardy, former IBF Women's Champion, is coming back on NerdCage Live, and she's going to be talking about her upcoming fight on May 11th, her bare knuckle fight against Christine Feria. So, we are honored and excited to have Heather Hardy back on the channel from Gleason Gym in Brooklyn, New York. Cannot wait. She's my all-time favorite boxer, female boxer, my all-time female athlete. Very excited to have Heather Hardy back on to talk about her upcoming fight. Oh my God, it's going to be dope. Awesome. Mark your calendars for Monday, April 22nd, as we're going to talk about the year of 1994, 30 years ago. Was 1994 the best year of retro gaming? And joining us will be documentary maker and video game journalist David Craddock, and of course our boy TabMonk99 will be joining us as we discuss the year that was 1994. I mean, come on, Super Metroid, Donkey Kong Country. We got a lot to talk about. Was 1994 the best year of retro gaming? We're going to debate that. And then mark your calendars for Saturday, May 4th. MK the 4th be with you. We're going to be doing a Mortal Kombat Legacy 1 and 2 watch party with TabMonk99, Justin McCollum, Tosi from Komidogu, and Mad Mike Jones. We're going to sit down and watch both seasons of Mortal Kombat Legacy 1 and 2. We're going to hammer that out. That'll be Saturday, May 4th, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, yes! Yes! Very, very goddamn excited.
Definitely should be, man. That's a good lineup, brother. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a damn good lineup.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So we had a blast with Heather back in November. We got to really talk about her career and stuff. And now that she's got a fight on the way, she says she's gonna come on and talk about the fight. So and it's gonna be her first time. Her first time in bare knuckle too. She's doing a bare knuckle fight.
I'm scared of her. Yeah, I'm scared of her, man. I wish her the best. I'll definitely be supporting that one, man. I got some questions for her. That's dangerous, man. It's dangerous. Shout out to her. Shout out to her.
The woman's got guts. She's done boxing. She's done MMA. And now she's doing bare knuckle.
Ooh. Listen, when you got that in you, like if you're a fighter, you're gonna try everything to test your. You learned so much, so you gotta put it to the test. So definitely wishing her well, man. Good luck.
She got that hand speed.
There you go. There you go.
She got
Woo.
that hand
Yeah, I'm be on that one.
That's what caught my attention. I mean, well, there were other reasons, but that's how she got my attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this one looks good, but you see her hands? She lets that shit fly. She's fucking fast.
Exactly.
And she's tough as nails. I don't know. Did you see her last fight when she was one of the undercards for that Jake Paul fight? She went against Amanda Serrano, went the distance, and Amanda Serrano's like number 2, number 3 in the world.
Really? No, unfortunately I didn't, man. But I'm definitely curious to see this bare knuckle one. I guarantee I definitely want to see that one. That one's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be on. She's doing that fight on Saturday, May 11th in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, I'm there. I'm definitely gonna be watching something. You know what I mean, for sure. So definitely shout out there.
Yes. All right, so I don't get the shit. Now, forgive me, because I know not everybody in NerdCage Nation are sports fans, but I got to ask some questions for Eli, because I don't know when I'm going to get the next chance to have this one-on-one with my boy Eli here. So, all right. I'm going to say it, and you may not like it.
Yeah,
fuck Saquon Barkley.
Wow. Okay.
Bro.
Okay.
Betrayal. Now, but I know what bothers me is the non-New York media is defending him and sympathizing for him. Yeah. We offered him a similar contract a year ago. That's why I'm pissed. He turned down a similar contract a couple years ago, and I'm really bothered by that. And I know the Eagles were not the only team out there for him. All right? I know the Eagles were not the only team out there for him, and I know there are other teams that are arguably more have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl. But he went to them dirty-ass Eagles. And Eli, you know this. I went to the Giants-Eagles game in the playoffs last year. I was there. Mm-hmm. All right.
Let me tell you this, right? That's a hostile environment. You know what I mean? But let me tell you, and this is what I think. And again, this is just what I think is my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes, even though the Giants gave him that contract, that same almost exact one there that you see, I just think he wanted to go on a team that was winning. Now, yes, he could have picked Baltimore. He could have picked the Texans. The guarantee money was a little bit lower than what the Eagles was offering. Yeah. So, of course, he wanted the most money. And guess what the other pot that sweetened the pot is? He's from there, I believe. You know what I mean? Yes. So his family and et cetera is there. So it was a no-brainer for him. They gave him more money, and I get to stay home. All right, let's go to the Eagles. Now, I'll tell you this.
He threw everything away. We're never going to forgive him for this. Okay, the difference between him and Tiki Barber, when Tiki Barber left the Giants. Now, granted, I don't like what Tiki Barber did. I've forgiven him. It's a long time ago. I was mad at what he did. But he didn't leave us for the Cowboys. He didn't leave us for the Eagles. He left and just left. Okay? Yeah. Saquon has betrayed us. Those Eagle fans are hostile and they're dirty. Yeah. And listen, they lost the last 6 of their 7. I don't have faith that they're going to be competitive. They just lost some of their big starters. So
I think the Eagles are coming down, man. I really don't think they're going to be the same Eagles.
If Saquon really thinks that the Eagles are competitive, I beg to differ. All right.
I mean, listen,
it was just a dagger. It was a dagger in the heart to me. It really was, because I didn't think he'd go there. I really didn't think he was going to go to our division. I really didn't think so.
Well, I'll tell you this, man, and I've been saying this for the longest, man. I'm a Saquon fan. I love Saquon Barkley as a person. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I thought he was a Giant through and through. Go get your money, young man. And I said this time and time again, go get your money, man. Do what you got to do. If you feel like you can win there and win a chip, go at it and do your thing, man. Who am I? You know what I mean? Yeah. But the fact that you are an Eagle, my brother, you will get booed from me. This is what it is, my guy. You know what I mean? So this, and again, I want to keep that same energy as a rivalry. You know what I mean? But as far as Saquon, the person, I love him, man. I wish him nothing but the best and the best of luck, which I was trolling some Philly fans online, you know, or whatever the case is, and they're kind of going crazy now. But, you know, the only thing I did not like is when he, you know, exited and he started talking about Tiki Barber when Tiki Barber made the comments like, hey, you dead to me. And if you would have saw the video, you know, and I said this on New York Revival, I said, yo, it was tongue-in-cheek. And I told people, I was up talking from 8 p.m. to midnight to Tiki Barber just to be like, yo, how do you feel? And he's just basically giving me what he feels, basically what's going on, how, and et cetera. I'm giving you guys some inside information here. But again, I said it on New York Revival. Yeah. And I knew, you know, not to say what he was going to say, but I just know this guy takes the high road for everything. know what I mean? Tiki Barber was like, hey, man, you know, that's how he feels. Hey, it's all right. You know, it's cool. It's no problem, man. You know, I like him.
Yeah, I got Tiki's back. Also, I didn't like how Ryan Clark came at him.
I did
not. I'm not gonna name names, but there's some other guys that came. I'm on Tiki's side. All right, like.
Yeah, man. I just don't like the way he ended it like that with Tiki, because again, Tiki does radio. This is what he does for a living. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you can't get too sensitive, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like us, we podcast, we say some things.
I'm just saying that
is gonna be shock value.
We forgave
right?
Tiki. Like, as Giants fans, we still love him. He's still the best running back we ever had.
And it's even better now for him. Like, even when this happened, now everyone understands the value of what Tiki
did. What he did, you know? Like I said, it was forgivable. What Saquon did is unforgivable. It really is.
I agree. I don't think he's gonna ever come back. And we said this when we had when we was on the Giant Insider, their podcast. Does once a Giant, always a Giant apply for Saquon Barkley? What is your opinion on it?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Does once a Giant, always a Giant apply for Saquon Barkley?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
So that's the bridge he burnt, basically.
Listen,
right there.
Xavier McKinney, he'll always be a Giant.
Come on back.
I'm happy for him. By the way, my roommate is a Packers fan. I said to him, I'm like, Paul, you're gonna love Xavier McKinney.
Oh,
you're gonna love. You guys are gonna love him. We loved him in New York. I understand. Like, first and foremost, if we gave him that contract, I would have been like, I'm glad that man got his money and he went to Green Bay. I can live with that. Justin Tuck, he went to the Raiders. No, I'll never be mad at. By the way, the Raiders are officially my second team. You know why? Coach Pierce.
Oh yeah.
I loved Antonio Pierce. I loved Antonio Pierce. I hope the Raiders win every single game except when they play the Giants. I hope the Raiders win every single goddamn game. I'm rooting for my man, Coach Antonio Pierce. I'm so happy for him. As much as I want him to come to the Giants as a defensive coordinator, I'm so happy he got the head coaching job. And the Raiders. The Raiders fans are going to love him. Those players are going to love him. They made the right decision. I'm telling you, Patrick Mahomes better watch it. The Raiders are coming.
I agree, man.
The Raiders are coming.
I agree, man. And I really like what Antonio Pierce is doing.
Anything the coach that he was a player. You watch yourself, Kansas City. The Raiders are coming.
I think Coach Pierce, man, is going to be that guy. I really do think the Raiders are going to make some noise this year. So I'm excited to see him, man. I'm excited to see him.
Antonio's from the streets.
Yeah. He's from Compton, right? So
I know. I love that energy when he brought to New York. We don't win without him. Also, I appreciate the fact he reached out to Tom Coughlin. Tom Coughlin helped him put a squad together. I'm saying coaches. So I'm listening. I speak for all you Raiders fans. Or you guys? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. It may be a little rough to start, but I promise you, Antonio Pierce is going to take you there.
That's your guy.
I promise
your guy.
I promise you right now. So, yes, for the first time in my life, I have a quote-unquote second football team. As long as Antonio Pierce is coaching that team, they are my second team. Shout out to Raider Nation.
I respect
But yeah, Justin Tuck, he went to the Raiders. I have no, OCU Norm went to Atlanta,
Yeah. And they always come back, man. But Saquon, unfortunately, I don't think Giants fans would be, I don't think they would see
I will say this. Okay, here's the thought I want to debate with you. So I'm 37 years old. I'm going to be 38 this year. That Cowboys dynasty in the 90s was the worst time of my life. To this day, I actually hate the Cowboys more than I hate the Eagles.
Really?
Yes.
Here's why I hate Philly. Philly... they're so braggadocious.
I hate them both. Don't get me wrong. I hate them both.
I hate Dallas too, but I hate Philly. I hate Philly a little bit more, or a lot more, maybe. I don't know. But they're so braggadocious, and it's just like, dude, you won one championship. You guys just became relevant. You know what I mean? Like, I get the Donovan McNabb era that they went to the Super Bowl.
Syracuse player, by the way.
Exactly. They didn't win shit. You know what I mean? So then they were in the fucking toilet. Then Nick Foles came and took them to the Super Bowl. Now they got someone else, Jalen Hurts, that could possibly get them to another Super Bowl or whatever the case is, or to a Super Bowl, right? But it's just like, you guys aren't doing shit. You guys have these sparks, and then you fizzle the hell out. And you got a giant, like an organization like Dallas and the Giants. Like, come on. Those are pristine organizations. Even freaking Washington has more championships than the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, you guys are still the redheaded stepchild in the NFC East. It's just your time at the moment, but it's slowly fizzling out. And it'll be the Giants or the Dallas all over again. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I hate them. They're just fucking pompous assholes in a way. You know what I mean?
Okay,
so,
here's the thing about Dallas. Okay, and by the way, I hate the Buffalo Bills fans too. I want to throw that out there too.
Really?
Because I live in upstate New York, so I'm you don't hear them. You're in Staten Island. You don't hear the Bills fans.
Yeah.
I hear the Bills fans. Okay.
Oh shit.
Another conversation for another day. But the Cowboys fans. Here's the thing. Listen, I was in 3rd grade the last time you won a Super Bowl. A lot of you Cowboys fans weren't even alive when they won a Super Bowl, or if you were alive, you were young and now you're old as fuck. Okay. You forced Jimmy Johnson out the goddamn door. Okay. Yeah. You guys haven't been shit, and they'll never be shit. You guys are loud, and you don't need to be. And every goddamn year, you're eliminated from in the first round. All right, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Dallas fans are just so uppity and so annoying, and they don't have no reason to be. And let's just say,
not in this past couple decades.
Dak Prescott may be in trouble right now. That's another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
I know innocent until proven guilty, but just saying. But I'm just saying, you Cowboys fans, shut the fuck up. But anyway, but Eli, listen to me.
Yeah.
That dynasty, and the Bulls dynasty, were like the worst. It was like and the Braves dynasty. The Atlanta Braves were on the brink of a dynasty. The Bulls were in a dynasty, and the Cowboys were in a dynasty. That was the worst time of my life as a sports fan. As a Knicks fan, a Giants fan, a Yankees fan, that was the worst time of my life. That was the worst time of my life, and I'll never get over it, and that's why I hate the Dallas Cowboys the most to this day.
I respect
Deontay
it.
Wilder. To this
Shout out
day.
Deontay. I respect it. Say no more, man. You win. I respect it, man. Trust me. Either way, it's not the wrong answer. It's not the wrong answer.
Just got here, so it's like
they just arrived.
And I'll be honest with you, Eli. I'll be honest with you, and I'm saying this publicly.
Yeah.
As miserable as I was at that Eagle playoff game, and this is the truth. I'm speaking the truth. The fans were not that bad. I thought for sure I was gonna get jumped. I didn't.
Really?
I thought for sure they're gonna crucify me. They didn't. Did they laugh at me? Did I get a couple fuck yous? Yes. But I'll say this to you though. The Bills fans were worse to me. I've been to a couple Giants-Bills games. The Bills fans were absolutely worse than the Eagles fans.
I'm shocked on that.
I can tell you this firsthand. I've been there.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Shout out to them, though. Shout out to them. I'm shocked.
So I'm just saying, as miserable as that, at least I can say I went to a Giants playoff game. I was 7 rows back. I was 1 section over from license plate guy. I went to a Giants playoff game. 7th row, lower section, right behind the Giants bench. I had the time of my life. It sucked that they lost the way they did, but at least I can say I went to a Giants playoff game.
That's
also,
true, man.
I want to share this with you as a fellow Giants fan. Guess what game I was there for? Do you remember December 2007 against Buffalo when Ahmad Bradshaw ran the 88-yard touch? I was there.
The NY fell off his helmet. Oh, yeah.
I was there.
That was a damn good game. Oh, wow.
Let me tell you something.
That's a good one.
So my roommate at the time was a Bills fan, so we went to that game. I'm a Giants fan, he's a Bills, so we went to that game. Bro, Giants fans took over that goddamn stadium. When Ahmad Bradshaw broke away, I was screaming to the top of my lungs. The Bills fans left the fucking building. And I'm jumping for joy, and I jump into a stranger's arms because I knew we were in. I knew we were in.
Let's go.
And I knew what was coming. Like, I knew that we were going to make a run. Like, I knew it. Something told me we were going to make a run. It was something. There was something magical in the air that day, Eli. And it was the greatest moment. Even though it wasn't a playoff game, but to me, that was a playoff game. It was one of the greatest moments of my life as a Giants fan. I just being at that game.
It's a good
one. Rob Bradshaw made that run. And I jumped to a fellow Giants fan's arms, and then we were in the park when we were in the parking lot leaving, where all the Giants fans were honking our horns, we're screaming out the window, saying, "We're going to the playoffs. You guys are done. We're gonna make a run. We're gonna make a run," and we did.
That's showing up.
And I'm gonna say something, Eli.
Yeah.
That victory against Dallas in the divisional round was sweeter than the Super Bowl, than the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I'm gonna repeat that. When Tony Romo threw that interception in the end zone. was sweeter than beating the undefeated Patriots. I don't care.
Let me
that
tell
was
you
sweeter
though,
because everybody. You remember, Eli? Everybody picked the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl that year.
Yes.
Terrell Owens, Jason Witten, Tony Romo, Marion Barber.
That's my quarterback.
DeMarcus Ware. Everybody picked the Cowboys to win it all. Everybody picked the Cowboys to win it all.
Yeah. And you know what?
Terrell Owens cried in the press conference. That's my bro.
I loved it. Not only that too, right? I knew, like, listen, man, we're gonna make some noise after beating Dallas. She kind of was a little confident walking into that Patriots game, right when they reached the Super Bowl. He's like, yo, they could beat this team. So definitely for sure, man. I feel you on that. I respect it. I see why it's up there.
I will say this: I knew we were gonna beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau, but besides the San Francisco championship in 2011. That may have been the scariest game ever because Lawrence Tynes missed the first 2 field goals for us to win, and I'm thinking to myself, "Oh my God, we're not gonna fucking win this." It's like right there, like Brett Favre was begging us for us to win, and we're not taking advantage of it. And what's so funny? Oh, by the way, I think Lawrence Tynes has been on your show, right?
Absolutely.
I remember like it was I remember the next day listening to the press conference. Lawrence Tynes came out and said, when I kicked that 3rd field goal, I didn't even listen to the coach. I just kicked it, and I made. He's like, I just kicked it. I didn't listen. I just kicked it.
He said that.
And then I remember,
He's like, dude, I don't give a shit.
I fell out of my chair. I thought for sure he was gonna miss. I fell out of my chair. I'm like, oh my God, we're in.
Yeah, man. And listen, Tynes to tell you, man. He's like, how was your foot after that? He was like, man, it was like kicking fucking ice. It was swollen. He said, my foot was swollen, man. It was hurting. He said, but I made it. He said, I made it, thank goodness. So shout out to LT, man. That's my guy.
Oh my God.
Shout out LT.
Yeah,
Great guy. Great guy.
Not sorry, guys, if we're reminiscing on memories, but I don't get this. I don't get this chance to talk with Eli. So, but I really frustrated at the Saquon thing. We already discussed that. Now, as far as the draft goes, okay, I know everyone's gonna hate me for saying this. I understand the buzz for J.J. McCarthy, but what my honest opinion, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I really think the Minnesota Vikings are going to leapfrog us, and J.J. McCarthy will not be there. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. will fall to us, or we're going to take Neighbors. For those who are mad about the quarterback situation, I say to you this. We're building the right way.
Yeah.
We're building the right way. Whether Jones takes us to the next level or not, we're building the team the right way. Wide receiver is the right pick. I won't listen. If J.J. McCarthy falls to us, I understand, and then we take him. I understand. But I'm just gonna say to Giants fans, don't get mad if we don't take a quarterback. Don't get mad. But we're building the right way, guys. We're building the right way.
And I said this too yesterday. I was like, if the Giants can't trade up, I really do think they'll take a wide out, or they'll fall back in the draft a little bit. Yeah, so if they don't pick the quarterback, then hey, all right, I gotta trust the process. I gotta understand that they're gonna hopefully. Then I say this: if you're not gonna pick a quarterback at 6, and if you're not going to move up in the draft, then you need to surround Daniel Jones with the best people possible,
or whoever comes in after him if he's not the guy.
Absolutely. Like, this has to be the year you get your bang for your buck for Daniel Jones, because you're not gonna pay him next year. Let's be honest, you're not gonna pay him the following. You're not, because they can get out of this contract officially as of next year, and it won't be a big enough cap hit to solidify it. They want to hurt them. You know what I mean? So at this point, put all the best people out there that you know and see if you can make a run for this guy. If not, then you need to freaking go get your guy. Trade everything in the world, just like we draft Eli Manning, and go get your guy. Go get your guy at this point. Because I'll tell you this: if they stink up the joint again, I don't know. I'm not calling for no jobs. But I'll tell you, if this team can't be coached to winning season, I think Daboll will be out of a job quicker than Joe Shane. Hands down. You know what I mean? So we'll see how this goes.
I like Daboll. And I felt for him last season. I really did.
And I hate the fact that we even talking about his job. You know what I mean? But I wish he's there. I wish they give him 4 years. Like, I really do. This is his 3rd year going into. I wish they give him another year after that. And let him figure it out. His contract's 4 years anyway, right? So if he stinks it up, he stinks it up.
I'm going to say this too.
Let's see.
Brian Burns makes up for Saquon leaving. Let me repeat that. Brian Burns makes up. Listen, as long as I've been a Giants fan, okay, as early as I can remember. Now listen, I'm not going to stand here and say, by the way, Everybody, that's a Lawrence Taylor autograph right helmet right there. Let me just say this right now.
Fire.
As long as I've been alive, and in the way we want, now granted, I understand we had Eli Manning. I understand we had Jeff Hotzel. I remember we had Phil Simms. But the New York Giants have been predicated on the pass rush. Brian Burns and Kayvon are it. This is our next JPT and Tuck and OC, okay? Now we need some rotational pieces, okay? We have the D-line now. This is what the Giants is built upon, and that's how we're going to win it. We are going to win in the trenches. We're going to win by getting to the quarterback. I'm so happy we're going back to that. That's what we've been missing.
Yeah, I agree. And this defensive coordinator is going to do that. Like, you're going to see the old Steve Spagnuolo, Perry Fuel.
I want the 4-3. I hate the 3-4. I hate the 3-4.
You're going to see that.
I want the 4-3. Get after the quarterback. Now we can just rush 4. We don't have to rush 7. We can rush 4.
This defensive coordinator that we have has that particular asset. He wants his front
I
run.
wasn't jumping
get the
for
quarterback
joy
and then
when
play
we
the
got
run.
our new defensive coordinator, but I'm not mad at
He's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm not
Trust
mad
me, he's going to be good. I think he's going to be fine if you give him the personnel, which you got Burns, you got Kayvon Thibodeau, you still got Dexter Lawrence there. So I'm telling you right now, I think you're going to start seeing the old Giants of old, where the secondary is just going to be. This is why I think they signed Darnay Holmes. He's going to fit better in this system than he did with a Wink. You know what I mean? Because he's not going to be able to cover long, because those guys are going to go and get the quarterback. That's their number one job to do, is go get the quarterback. Then you play the run second.
Get the goddamn.
So you'll see that. You'll see that for sure.
Listen, I'm all about defense, man. I'm all about defense.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. By the way, I got a couple questions here in the chat here. My buddy Scott says, Eli, you being a Giants fan outside the NFC East. By the way, he's a Niners fan. What football team do you dislike the most outside the East?
Green Bay Packers. Outside the East. Green Bay Packers. Yeah, Green Bay Packers. Can't stand them. Forget Green Bay. Forget the Cheeseheads.
I'm not gonna lie.
Can't stand them.
I low-key have a crush on Jordan Love. I think he's an amazing quarterback, and watching him dismantle Dallas brought me so much joy. Just saying.
I love the Niners, by the way. Shout out the Niners. I love the Niners.
Okay.
I can watch them all the time.
Okay,
that's
a good one. That's a good one. I totally understand. Also,
listen, my second favorite
tackles.
Okay, again, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I think that was our only question here. Also, it says bookend tackles also said, I'm not mad he went to Philly, just sucks. I can't root for his success. He's an Eagle. I hate all. Yeah, I get that. Now listen, I don't wish injury upon Saquon, but I hope he only averages 1 yard per carry. Just saying.
Yeah, right.
I don't want him to get hurt. I just saying that I hope that he doesn't.
I wish him well.
I hope he doesn't do shit.
I can't wish him great success, though. You know what I mean? But no, I hope Saquon goes and he does his thing. But besides the Giants, the Giants. So let's hope that way.
Also, to answer Scott's question, the team I probably hate outside is the Bills right now, because the Bills fans need to shut up. The Bills fans need to shut up. You guys are 0-4 in the Super Bowls for a reason. You guys are never going to win. Eli Rex, I promise you this. I promise you, long after you and I leave this earth, I promise you, the Bills will be the last team in the NFL to have 0 Super Bowls. I feel like all the teams that have not won a Super Bowl yet will win a Super Bowl before the Bills will. I promise you, the Bills will never win. As long as you and I are living and breathing, and after you and I are long gone, the Bills will never win. The Buffalo Bills will never win. Never.
Really? All right.
They are cursed.
I respect
They are the worst fan base on earth. I will fight them all. I am your cursed Buffalo. As long as I live and breathe, you'll never win. Come at me.
You sound like my guy Pest right now. May he rest in peace, man.
Yes, let's talk about Pest, yo.
Yeah, man.
For the record, Pest has been on our channel many times. He's done watch parties with us. He's done just regular shows with us. We did some spoiler talks with him. We did some breakdowns with him. Now that he's worked with us, shout out to my former co-host Mark Withers, who now has his own podcast. Now he left NerdCage, good terms by the way. He's got his own thing called Collector Reject, and even Pest went on that show. And I'm just gonna say, man, I miss Pest. I had the time of my life. Every time I was with Pest on this show, I had the time of my life. Even after we were done streaming, we would just have nice long conversations about music and life and etc. And also, I just want to share with you, Eli.
Yeah, for sure.
The last time I spoke to Pest, and you were there. Do you remember the Giants Twitter space after we fucking lost to the Jets this past season? That bullshit game.
That was his
where
last.
Tommy DeVito almost got the job done in the refs. That was actually the last time I spoke to Pest, and then the last time I talked to Pest one-on-one, which was via DMs, was back in November when we were talking about his diagnosis, and I really, it was just I was talking to him. I was like, man, you got this. You're one of the strongest people I know. And also it's just, you were there. The last conversation I had with we were there. You were there. We were talking about, that Jets game, and we were talking about what happened, and it's just, the Pest was one of a kind, dude. He was one of a kind, and every time he opened his mouth, I knew we were all gonna get a good laugh out of it.
Something crazy. When that was my first New York Giant therapy session Twitter space that I've done that year, like in a long time. It really was like I don't fire them things up no more. But that was like, that was a bad loss. Let me fire one of these things up. And to be honest with you, I knew what he was going through. I spoke to him pretty much every day since his diagnosis. So I didn't ask him to come on. I didn't ask him to do anything that day. He literally was there, and I was just like, oh shit, let me put him as co-host. And I believe Ransom, the rapper, was there as well, and I made him as co-host. And that was the last, and I didn't know. No one knows. You're just like, I could get one more of me, or I could have him. He's going to beat this thing. So I was like, it's going to be another one where he does it. And literally, we just put on a show. And he was passionate, going nuts as always, like he always did, and just, giving his emotions and breakdown to it. So who would have thought that I can capture his last moment on any content, like I guess a Twitter space or even a YouTube, let's say, right? So just to capture what he loved to do at that particular moment. I look back at it and just go, man, like, wow, like that was a blessing. You know what I mean? So
I think one of my favorite some funny memories I got to share with you, and if you ever want to go back and check them out, I have to clip. I haven't had time to clip them yet. We did a stream. Shout out to our boy Mad Mike. We did a stream where we reacted to IGN's top 10 fighting games of all time. We went through their list, not ours. We went their list and we reacted to it, and we had Pest. And at one point, we were talking about Tekken. I don't know what. I want to say it was Tekken 3. I think Tekken 3 was on that list. Pest said the funniest fucking shit because he was a Tekken fan, right?
Yeah.
And you know what fucking Pest said? He goes, "Let me tell you something about Tekken 3. That's a motherfucking hood game."
Yeah.
And he's like, if you weren't good at Tekken 3 in the hood, you got beat up. We were forced to play Tekken 3. We were forced to be good at it. That was a motherfucking hood game. And ever since then, like, hood game has been like a quote, like a famous quote on this channel.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat become Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Those are the hood games. Absolutely.
Hood games, dude. I didn't know. Listen. I'm a suburban kid. I grew up. I mean, yes, I'm from Syracuse, but I grew up in a town outside of Syracuse. I didn't know hood games was a thing. So when I hear Pest talk about hood games, I fucking laugh so fucking hard. He goes, "Jay, you understand? Tekken's a hood game."
That's a fact. Shout out, Pest, man. We miss you, brother. Wow.
I got one more memory for you too.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Spider-Man No Way Home movie that came out a few years ago?
Which one?
The last Spider-Man movie, No Way Home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pest is a diehard Spider-Man fan. Very passionate Spider-Man fan. And the funniest shit was we were talking. So we did a spoiler discussion with a bunch of other YouTubers, including Pest. And I think, was Kush there or not? I think Kush and Pest were there. And I'm kind of cynical when it comes to the MCU and other movies, because I'm very critical, And I just remember Pest just be like, "What the fuck, Jay? Don't you like anything?" The way he fucking said it, and the chat went off. Like,
the way he says it, yeah. I love that dude, man.
And
I
then
love that dude.
outside NerdCage, shout out to Fist Vegas. Okay, Fist Vegas is a dear, dear friend of mine. I just want everybody to know that. I still talk to Fisk every day. Dude, when Fisk and Pest were doing those live streams together, dude, that was some of the best goddamn content ever made. The cherry on top of that, dude, was the troll accounts that would come into fucking Fisk's live streams. And there was this one troll. There was two troll accounts. There was Wesley Pipes, and then there was Big Bertha and Big Bertha the Duchess.
Really?
And Big Bertha the Duchess would come into fucking Vegas's live stream and say, "Fisk, give me my child support. Hey, Pest, give me my child support." And fucking Pest would go off on this fucking troll account, and
Beautiful Pest, man.
Pest would say,
I love him.
"Big Bertha, shout out to those buttons that hold the clothes to your fat ass." And I would fucking die. Die. It's like, oh, look out! Here comes Big Bertha. You hear? I heard you, Big Bertha. I can hear you coming. You didn't even have to type, Big Bertha. I heard you. Like, dude, oh my
Shout
god.
out.
Oh my
Shout out.
fucking god. That was those streams were fucking legendary. When Pest and Fist would go fucking at it, it was fucking legendary. Oh my fucking god.
Listen, you know, when I had, you know, Pest, we call him the honorary fourth member of New York Revival, because he did the First People mock draft. It's a show where we get people to guess the draft picks 1 through 10, and whoever hits it right, we give them money. You know what I mean? Like we'll Venmo or Cash App them money if they win. So he was the first one to start that trend, and someone picked something that shouldn't have belonged in the top 10. And his reaction was just electric. Like, Pest was just horrified. He was just sitting there just looking at the camera like this the entire time. And, man, it just created that memory for us there. And we still talk about it to this day. We're actually doing the 3rd annual. And, man, we got something special to honor him on this one. But, man, he was just, I'm telling you, man, it was just electric when he was on there. So, Mr. Bro, man, I miss him. Like I said, I spoke to him. That was a brother. Spoke to him every day. That was awesome,
like,
man.
Damn,
awesome guy.
It was just amazing because not only he was so passionate about his sports, he was passionate about his music and his comic books and his movies.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say this is not a diss towards anybody. It's just the goddamn truth. But sometimes when I ask anybody to come, and it doesn't matter who it is. Every time I ask anybody to come on the show, part of me gets nervous because I'm always just like, whoa, man, what if this person just doesn't vibe, or what if this person just doesn't like the stuff that we're into?
Yeah.
So when Pest came on and he just shared his stories and his passion for games and comics, I'm just like, damn, like he just fits with our audience like a fucking glove. Not only he fits with us as Giants fans in the Giants, but he fit right here at NerdCage Nation too. Like, it was just awesome that we got to have that. I'm just so happy he shared his life with us like that.
But think of it this way too, like this guy always fits, no matter what room he was in, he always fit in there like a chameleon. Like he could talk about anything, and that's what I liked about him. It's like you could give all versions of him. He's a Giants fan, I get it, but also you got something else in there that he could combat and and give you comic books and give you games. Like I loved it, and he rapped. Like I remember I heard him rap during Fan Fest. You know, when I finally met him face to face. So I knew it all, man. He's a good dude, man. Like I said, just great, man. It's just a great soul. So shout out to him. Miss him.
I guess I'm not hurting anybody if I share this. For the record, this was behind closed doors when we had this conversation. When I think it was the second time we had Pest on the show. The second time, Pest hung out with me. Shout out to Mark Withers. Everybody subscribe to, or everyone, he's not on YouTube, but subscribe to the podcast Collect or Reject. Anyway, so we had Pest on the second time, and Pest, we hung around on Zoom afterwards. Pest shared really it was a funny but not funny story about how he made an album, and Chuck D from Public Enemy got his hands on that album, and he hated it. And that was the moment he's like, fuck rap music, I'm done with this shit. And then he said that he went to karaoke the next night and just laid some fucking bars down, killed it. And then he said, Chuck D fucking hated my album. I'm out of this shit. Fuck this shit. But it was funny, but not funny. But I'm glad he shared that story with us.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
It's
I ain't
gotta
gonna lie.
be flattering that Chuck D took the time to listen, but at the same time, it had to fucking hurt. Like,
Yeah, no. Listen, when you got some of your greatest or the people that you look up to and say, you got some work to do, you know, either you could go back into the booth and go kill it, or you could be like, yo, fuck this shit, I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is. Trust me, when I was rapping at the time, I had people like, yo, man, you gotta step it up. And, yo, you go rewrite your verse and step it up if you want to go do it. But or you be like, fuck this shit. You know, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? So he chose I'm out of here, and it's nothing wrong because look what he did within the Giants community. He created his own lane, and now he's a legend in there. His name rings bells in there every time we say pass.
Yeah.
So good for him, man.
But that's cool that he took a minute to share that with us, and it was definitely a fascinating fucking story because
Right.
you know this, the music industry. Now we've had a lot of musical guests on the show. Music industry is just not kind. It's just not.
It's not.
So for him to share that behind the closed door story, it was fascinating. It was really fascinating. The music industry is so much better now independently than you getting signed. So you can rape the music industry in this day and age now. Back in the days of when I was growing up, you had to get signed, and it was unforgiving. That grind, everything was just unforgiving. So it's so much easier now with social media, even when you're podcasting. You know, it's so watered down and saturated. Well, you just find your own lane and you can create something pretty dope. So I say this, man, if you got dreams, you want to do it. Just create your own lane and do your thing. You know what I mean? Perfect transition to Eli Rex. I'm sorry I'm holding up longer than I was expecting to, but I have to because I don't know when I'll get the chance to speak to you again.
Sure.
I know you're a passionate hip-hop guy. I've seen you rap. I saw you do it on the New York Revival when you had that one Eagles guy on.
Yeah. Also, I did the If the Giants Win challenge, where if the Giants win, we had to do something like extreme, and I haven't rapped in so long, so I was like, you know what? I'll show people what I used to do and what I used to love to do, and of course it doesn't go anywhere, but you know, it's just let me do it. So I wanted to create a 16 bars when the Giants won, and at the very beginning, I was like, I'm not a rapper. Because I'm not a rapper. I don't consider myself a rapper anymore. But it did so well. Like, everybody was like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. So I love it. I love writing, but, you know, and et cetera. But, yeah, man, I'm passionate about this sport. I love hip-hop to this day, man. It's never going to go anywhere. It's in my blood. You know what I mean? So,
fuck yeah.
I love it.
Come on, Staten Island. Come on, Shaolin. Let's go.
Oh, come on, man. You know, I know the guys. You know what I mean? I've been managed by couple of the managers from there, you know what I mean? So I know the guys, I know the bros. Shout out to Woo, man. So, you know, it's nothing, man. We got to carry the torch. So I thought I was able to carry it, but here we are. I'm doing podcasting, which is cool. I'll carry it this way.
Yeah. All right. So I have to ask, as a passionate hip hop fan, please tell me name some of your favorite artists and name some of your influences, man. That got you who want to rap. Please just share a bunch. It doesn't have to be one. Just go.
Nah, man, you know, when you start looking at the totality of the people that started to, like, pick up a pen and start rapping, Ransom is one of them. Ransom's from out of Jersey City, underground artist. Great, dope artist, man. Like, he's the one that did that for me. It was like, yo, I gotta pick this up. D-Block, Jadakiss, LOX, Styles P, loved him. Definitely wanted me to pick up a pen. Seeing the Woo putting on the way they put on, and I was still young, and I wasn't able to appreciate that time frame. But just watching them do their thing, being from the borough, being from the same projects I'm from, watching them shoot videos as I'm watching out the window, you know what I mean? So just watching those guys, and like, yo, that was a crazy time of them shooting videos through around Stapleton. It was fire, by the way, just looking out the window and seeing them do their thing. So it was just cool watching them grow up, you know what I'm saying? And watching that. So the Woo definitely.
Hold
on, else, man?
Best Wu-Tang album, best Wu-Tang, I should say solo Wu-Tang album. Go.
Supreme Clientele, Ghostface Killer. Only Built for Cuban Links, Raekwon.
Yes, that's mine. That one's mine.
Yeah, Only Built for Cuban Links, Saquon. You hear me? Raekwon. And Enter the 36 Chambers, you can plug it in. Woo forever, don't get me wrong. The double CD's fire. Yeah. But Enter the 36 Chambers, it's just something about that firstborn, right? That's just...
Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
Nuts. What? Like, dude, that entire album.
I don't know if you heard our intro, our content intro. It says, if what you said is true. the Shaolin and the NerdCage can be dangerous.
Yes.
I purposely sampled that.
Fire, by the way, fire. You get what I'm saying? So just that alone. So those would be the albums I'll say y'all listen to. Supreme Clientele, Ghostface, Raekwon, Only Built for Cuban Links, and Enter the 36 Chambers out of Wu, hands down. Then I got some favorite joints too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I could pop in. 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, classic. Absolute classic for me. I'm a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, so anything The Art of War, absolutely classic album in my opinion. I think it was better than East 99 Eternal. And I could go into, like I said, a bunch of them, man. I'm trying to figure out who else that I can. That's all I can think of on the fly, I guess, at this point.
That's fine.
So,
okay, so I also have to ask. Now, like I said, I'm an old school hip hop fan. I love Wu-Tang, but I'm definitely into New York hardcore. I'm into metal. I'm into rock. Are there anything that you've do you listen to anything out? Is there anything you like outside hip hop?
Absolutely, man. Like like alternative rock, I guess is the thing there. So like Alanis Morissette, like I'm a
hey, Jagged Little Pill, man.
Jagged Little Pill
still holds
absolute
up.
Classic.
Still holds
absolute
up.
Classic. Absolute classic. I'm a Queen guy. System of a Down, Evanescence. I'm a huge Evanescence fan. Huge Evanescence fan. Also Linkin Park. Love Linkin Park. Linkin Park.
By the way,
a little Slipknot in there too.
Today's Chester Bennington's birthday. May he rest in peace.
Oh man, may he rest, man. May he rest. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure. Like if you go through CDs at the time, I'm aging myself, kids. But if you go through CDs over time, like those were the CDs I had in there. Nothing but Evanescence, Linkin Park, System of a Down, a little Slipknot in there. I had Queen. I had who else, man? It's a bunch, man. There's a bunch.
I just want to say something about. I saw Queen not that long ago. I actually went to Philadelphia where the 76ers played.
I know what it was. Listen, man, it's something with Freddie Mercury, man. Like he's just messed. That voice is just.
Adam Lambert. I mean, he's no Freddie Mercury, but Adam Lambert sang those songs. Good. He sang those songs with justice, and Queen. Not only that they played the hits, they played the deep cuts too, and. There were some emotional moments. I almost fucking cried.
Wow.
So real quick, I just want to share this with you real quick. So at one point, Brian May, who's one of my favorite guitarists, by the way, he did Love of My Life, and then behind him on the big screen, they put Freddie Mercury singing the song, and they played that in the PA, right?
Fire.
But not only that they did that. They did a really cool trick where that on the screen, on the giant monitors in the back, Brian was sitting next to Freddie as he was playing. Like they were able to basically green screen it somehow. I mean, they didn't use a green screen, but they were able to use.
Yeah.
And then Brian was turning around every couple seconds to look at himself play the guitar to Freddie's voice. I almost fucking cried. It was this was not a fucking hologram. It was real footage. I almost fucking cried, dude. It was an amazing moment on one of my favorite Queen songs. And yeah, dude, if anyone out there, because I think Queen's on their final run right now. If anybody out there wants to catch the Queen Adam Lambert farewell tour or whatever they're doing, you gotta fucking see it. It's an experience, man. And like I said, I mean, Freddie Mercury died long before I started going to concerts. So for someone like me to be able to experience those songs live with two of the OG members, it was amazing.
Fire! Shout out! But yeah, that's pretty much
Freddie was something else, man.
Yeah, he was, man. That voice, even Michael Jackson was just amazed by his voice. You know what I'm saying? So just to have the king of pop come up to the king of rock and roll, I guess at the time, right? So. I love your voice.
Okay, I'm a huge Antoine Fuqua fan. He's the guy who directed Training Day and all those movies with Denzel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. He's working on a Michael Jackson biopic.
I would love to see a real good setup quality Michael Jackson. I would love to see that.
Yeah, Antoine Fuqua's doing it. He's one of my favorite directors.
I think Antoine Fuqua is gonna be that's the perfect person to do it. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out. But yeah, man. Unfortunately, I'm sorry I gotta get running, man.
This has been great. Okay, I gotta ask you, because since you're from New York, have you ever dabbed into any New York hardcore, like Agnostic Front, Cro-Mags, Madball, Biohazard?
I have.
Just a little too much for you?
Yeah, no, I haven't. Unfortunately, they didn't come across the radar, you know, but now that you said it, I'm going to be like, all right, let me do some research and go from there, because I'm a music connoisseur. I love all types of music, man. I love dance music, techno. I listen to anything if it has a good vibe to it, you know what I mean? So I'm growing up, I worked in a music store growing up, so I had to know every genre, you know what I mean? But unfortunately, this never hit the radar. But
I'm just a little surprised, just given that you're from Staten Island. I'm surprised it never made your radar. That's all good. It's all good though.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
But yeah, that New York hardcore shit, like, oh yes, it's aggressive.
Yeah, that shit. You have to DM me something, man, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also, the one thing I'm gonna shout out too, Joe and I, June 8th, we're going to Broadway to go see the Sonic the Hedgehog Symphony on Broadway.
Fire.
I'm looking forward to that. I've never been to like a full blown like tribute orchestra. And this is actually a real thing that Sega's promoting too. And I'm just like, I said to Joe, I'm like, Joe, this is a once in a lifetime thing. Like, let's fucking do it. Let's go to New York. You know, let's go to fucking Broadway, get a couple slices of pizza, and then we can hit up fucking Chevelle afterwards. You know, like
do that.
Yeah,
that's why you do it. Definitely do it. You know what I mean? That sounds good. But
yeah, it's gonna be
man.
Fucking All right, okay, it's 8:30. I guess we could wrap this shit up here. So here's what we're gonna do. I just want to promote all of our upcoming shows and upcoming announcements here. But before I fucking do that, I got one more question for Eli Rex. And I'm putting him on the fucking spot here, dude.
Sure.
When we ever get the chance, dude, you want to come back on NerdCage?
Hands down. You crazy? Hell yeah, I'll do this.
Fucking tear it up.
Hell yeah. So I say, you ask me, you're like, hey man, I don't know when I'll get to speak to you. Yeah, you get to speak to me anytime. I'm a DM away.
Yeah, I know, but
I'll
we're
jump
so
on
busy.
this bad
We
boy,
got
again.
all these shows coming in. We got the draft coming up. I know we're gonna be busy. So, all right.
Don't worry, man. Hit me up.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I got a couple things for you to do. I'm gonna give you the floor again. I want you to promote whatever you want to promote, man. And if you have any message for NerdCage Nation, any good words for NerdCage Nation, we'd love to hear it. So go ahead, man. The floor is yours and promote whatever I'm promoting. And by the way, everybody, the links to all of Eli's stuff is in the description as well.
I appreciate it, man. Don't forget, man, I am Eli Rex on Instagram and X, man. You can catch me on New York Revival live every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. New York Revival at Anywhere X and New York Revival _ on IG, guys. We also got Facebook, but we don't got time for Facebook, unfortunately. So just catch us on those two platforms for sure. You can catch many guests that we had in the past. The Joy Taylor, the Kay Adams, the Jerry Ferrara from Entourage, Power, bunch of other people, man, and license plate guy too. So a bunch of other people. And a message that I had for the NerdCage platform, the community, guys. Jay is the man. Continue to support, continue to share, subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up button, because this only helps the platform grow even more, and it'll be even more NerdCage community fans as you see here stopping by, man. This guy needs to be on the map. He needs to be bigger than what he's bigger than New York Revival. Let's make this clear. I should be asking him everything. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, the more you support my guy, Jay, the better this is, the chat will light up, all that, and you guys will have a great time. Trust me. But shout out to the NerdCage community, man. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for the kind words, man. No. You trust me. You guys influence and motivate me too. So when I see you guys do your thing, I'm like, all right. I got to step my game up. I see these guys. I'm like, okay, I got to step my fucking game up. But listen, guys.
I'm trying.
Again, subscribe. Give Eli a follow. And again, now that he covers the Giants, he covers all New York sports, and they do chat about other teams as well. So again, if you're a New York sports fan, New York
we
City,
do comedy skits, by the way.
What's that?
We do comedy skits, by the way.
Yes.
It's actually on our channel, which is insane. We do comedy skits and all. We do everything.
Support the New York Revival. They are going places. Trust me. I saw the inception. I see where they are now, and they're going to keep fucking going. Also, pick up their merch. And don't forget, speaking of merch, get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. Again, any size, any color, whether you're skinny, booty call, or a fat fuck, big or small, we love them all. We go from small all the way to 5XL. Again, it's the best way to support us. Listen, I don't care about the money. I just want to get our name out there. So please, please, get yourself a NerdCage Live t-shirt. You're going to love the way you look. I guarantee it. We got magnets, hoodies, pillows, you name it. Coffee mugs. NerdCage Live merch is where it's at. And hold on, where's that one design? Speaking of Wu-Tang, where the fuck is it?
Let's
Oh my
go.
God,
Let's
I'm
go.
shuffling through all my goddamn t-shirts. Hold on.
Go support. Go
Again,
support. Go
T-Public
support.
link in the description, everybody. Yes, here it is. For you hip-hop
Buy
fans
now.
and you New York fans, get yourself a Nerd... Don't tell the RZA, but get this goddamn fucking NerdCage Live shirt, yo. It's...
Yeah.
And we got the Nintendo 64 design. We got the Dreamcast design. Again, you're going to love the way you look at your T-Public link in the description. It's the best way to support us. It's the best way to get our name out there. We appreciate y'all's support. And, of course, we had some upcoming... So, tonight at midnight. Let me repeat that. Tonight at midnight. We're going to finish up X-Men Legends on twitch.tv/NerdCageLive. Check out our show with Mike Valenti of Brick by Brick as well as Patman QC. We'll be playing Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze this weekend. We'll be playing Gears of War 2 on Tuesday. We're having Doc Mack of the Galloping Ghost Arcade next week, followed by our Godzilla X-Con spoiler discussion on the 31st of this month. Yes, that's Easter. That's all right. Jesus will give us a pass. And, of course, Finn McKenty, the Punk Rock NBA, 500,000 subscribers. That man's coming on this fucking channel Wednesday, April 3rd. A week from that day, Wednesday, April 10th, Heather Hardy returns. Talk about her upcoming bare knuckle fight on May 11th against Christine Faria. So be there for that. We're excited to have Heather Hardy back. Monday the 22nd was 1994 the best year of retro gaming. Come to that live stream as we have David Craddock and Tabmook99 for that one. Mortal Kombat Legacy Watch Party. We're going to hammer both seasons in one day. MK the 4th. That's Saturday, May 4th at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. More shows to announce, guys. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm working on so many goddamn other shows I'm not allowed to talk about right now, but I promise you guys, the more you support us, the more big-name guests we can have on. Again, we bring in people from all aspects of life, whether if it's content makers, sports people, fighters, martial artists, musicians, you name it. We love bringing people. That's why NerdCage Live is all things pop culture. And again, thank you very much to my dear friend from Staten Island, Eli Rex of the New York Revival, for coming on our awesome show today. I'll make the podcast version available shortly. So we please ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like goddamn syphilis. So USA, from yours truly, the land of the orange of Syracuse, New York, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live and the New York Revival. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, do your push-ups, go to the gym, all that good stuff. Good night, God bless, and have the best day of your life. Stick around for our awesome Twitch promo, and good night!
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match!
Shoot the J, Joe. Okay. Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe. It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful.
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster. Oh no, Joe. The galaxy's doomed because of you.
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCageLive.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!